Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this big planet. This is Dr. Cherry. Again, my statement, if you just jumped in and you don't know me, I am the first cosmic cop teaching humanity to understand and use God's cosmic design and how he speaks through the signs. Can you believe this? Nearly a month in Bangkok, Thailand. Tomorrow is my last checkup for my tympanoplasty. Begin to hear a little bit better, still resonates, but man, I can't wait to go home. I love this place. I mean, it's weird. I mean, I took tons of pictures, make tons of videos. Again, if you have a Facebook page, search Dr. Churi Stars Sun, and then enjoy this experience as I share my life with every one of you. Okay, I got some people saying, hey, Dr. Churi, I missed the super deal. I wasn't there. I was in holiday. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Can you? All right, so this is what I'm going to do. You can still benefit from this deal, super deal for the new year. Just click on the link. It's in the newsletter. You will have to email Tirania, and you will have to tell her the name of the newsletter, which is, of course, Coast to Coast AM 2022 Prediction Special Waste, and tell her that I am extending for 48 hours the super deal that they missed. So that's the first thing I want to do. Another great news, for those of you who do not know, I had a movie on UFO that was on Amazon Prime. We are completely and entirely redoing this movie. My genius webmaster is literally magical when it comes to handle technology. And we are going to put exact pictures of extraterrestrial that I took in the desert, X-ray of ETs, exact location, and all sorts of things that happened to me. And most of those pictures were not added into the movie. So it was not actually produced the right way. So if you are into UFOs, believe me, my friend, this movie will also be on the website of the next conference that I'm going to do in Las Vegas. So again, all the information are into that newsletter. And believe me, I have nothing to do but to catch up with the tons of reading that I got with that special deal. I have so many reading to do. It's just, again, unbelievable, the response I have. And I want to thank you, obviously, for trusting my cosmic work and trusting me with your spirit and with your future. So again, if you decide to use that deal, get in the web, get into the newsletter, click on the link, and be patient. I mean, be patient. Just put your order and forget about it. And then when comes the time, I'll be there facing you on Zoom. And if for some reason somebody don't show up, it does happen. So this person goes right back to the end. And you can jump in if you get an email or call from Tirania to set you in before. Okay, so this being said, you need to be ready for the next SOS to the World Deadly Windows. The first date is January 12th. That is where secret will come to light. I mean, he's been following me for a while, you know. Cops will be killed. Cops will kill people. Crazy lunatic will get a machine gun and start to shoot everybody. And as always, during this type of window, avoid congested area. Don't be part of big gathering. And most of all, be careful what you say, what you do, where you go, because whatever you say, you do or go. will follow you for the rest of your life. And that is if you are lucky in escape with your life, because that is a window that the reptilians are so obvious in hijacking the body, the mind, and the soul of so many oblivious people out there. All right, the second date is the 17th, and that's going to be the beginning or the end of important phases of life. At a universal level, the government will make very, very important decisions. This will be a day where you're going to hear about a friend's life. Something's going to finish, something's going to start. Is that enough? It is also marking the end of life during one of these cosmic winds. God bless us all. I lost my mom, and David Icke got stuck in Los Angeles. He couldn't go to Australia for his lecture. So that was the beginning of the end of important phases of life. So be ready on the 17th. It's going to be touching you personally and universally. Pay attention to the political world of what's going to happen. Very, very important beginning or ending of your life is ahead. Now, as always, since this newsletter is loaded with all sorts of things that transpire on coast to coast with so many psychic astrologers and prophet wannabe, that I cannot put those windows in the quatrain and the keyword as I always do. So I will write another newsletter once I go home on the 9th. I'm leaving on the 9th, okay? And I'll be arriving on Sunday the 9th. After I don't know how many hours in an airplane, my butt's gonna hurt. Oh my gosh. But you know what? I'm smart. I asked my doctor to give me something so I could sleep in the plane. I gotta see all that in La La Land. All right, so this newsletter that I just wrote has a lot of meaning to me, because talking about when your best friends become your enemies. I am still quite sad and quite angry, since George and Tom were, to me, very, very close friends, and for years. But who's to blame, really? Tom, George, me? None of us, my friend. It's all written in light. It's the stars. So in that newsletter, I explained that without both of them, even Coast to Coast AM radio, Dr. Cheriev would not exist. And I would not benefit from an international reputation or even enjoy the American dream to the fullest today. If I really, really look deeply inside, it is because of George and Tom that I am who I am today. But, you know, emotionally, financially, spiritually, I have it all. But you know, without them in my life, it's like a big part of my heart is dead. You know, back in June 2019, for his birthday, and you can click and see the video, in a conference in Los Angeles, that was during the good days before the pandemic curses us. George hugged and kissed me. That, to me, confirmed a very deep and solid emotional connection that we had. I can't let go of many, many years of, you know, going places, having breakfast with him, going to New Mexico, Roswell, so many places that we've been together. And even with Tom, for God's sake, enjoying a Playboy party on a ship for a week. We had a blast. Now what I have is great memory of a friend that is now gone. So I'm hurting inside. But you know what? It is just part of the universal order. That's God's cosmic will. And I have to realize and accept that, you know, life is a constant process of inevitable changes. And since Tom and I, we were born Pisces, we both suffered the curse of the 2020, 2021, the tail of the dragon, cursing our career and our public standing. That's why. And George was affected directly in his 7th house, which is the public, where he was going to be beaten by foreigner. I'm a freaking foreigner. So I knew it all from the get-go, yet my Sicilian blood take over my emotion, and I sought revenge. So stupid, just stupid. Didn't make the situation better, for sure. I should have known better of the divine order. But again, as I said, in the eternal battle between emotion and logic, emotion will always wins. Anger, revenge, fear, resentment, and you lose. You know, plus on top of that, I'm sure some of my supporters and my readers were frustrated to what happened to me with George and Chapman, but they didn't like my negativity. So today, with this critical newsletter, I made a commitment to stop nurturing the past, to seek revenge and feed the reptilians. It was time to move on for me, time to forgive and to forgive what I felt was an injustice done to me. Since God has a plan for us all, and says there is no future in the past. So no bashing coast to coast. No bashing George or Cham. No more anger. Letting go is, you know what, it's a blessing on its own self. It's on its own. Meantime, the article that I have for you is the last critique I'm going to have for all the people that were invited coast to coast. So I have all their predictions, and then you're going to have my rebuttals. Just take the time to read all that and read my predictions. Because when it comes to COVID, for months and months and months, if you watch my YouTube video, I told you, it's going to come back with a revenge in December. Jesus, look what's happening. And then it's going to go away once the mass immunity, the herd immunity is reached. It's going to go. It's going to go. The economy, I'm telling you, Biden is going to do better than whatever you could ever dream of. Not just for the United States, but for the entire world. But I mean, to the future, just give me a chance to prove to you that my UFO predictive legacy is real. Okay. There is so much that I discuss into that newsletter involving your future, involving the world. You can't be part of negativity. And I'm a good example for that now. And if I was able to give you the prediction of COVID, I should be able to give you the end of COVID. And then you have a link in that newsletter where you can click on it and read my words. A new lung disease and a serious respiratory problem to curse humanity. That was my prediction in August 2019. In my published ebooks, and again on January 3rd, 2020, in another newsletter, and so many radio shows. Even in my last appearance with George in October, I told him to be ready for fires that would kill millions of animals. Jesus is still on coast to coast on their websites. When I told you the political even relationship will go downhill, man, look at the political fiasco. Was I right? I told you a full restructure or institution. That means the police force, the court of the United States. I also said to be ready for fire and a lot of wildlife to disappear. Oh my God. Look at the collection of the prediction that I made. That's what you need. There is just one very, very thin hair between divine cosmic information, predictions, visions, and pure imagination. Now, those psychic astrology prophet want to be on coast because that's okay. They have their gifts, I have mine. But there is just a little difference, is that I give you very solid date, and my work is well documented on TV, on radio, my newsletter, and my YouTube video. That's what I'm trying to say. You cannot let anyone scare the hell out of you, because these people have fears. They are reptilians infected. Their emotions, their fear took over, and they have a microphone, and you're listening to this. Next thing you know, you're going to hang yourself. No, it's hard enough as it is. So you need to be uplifted. You need to have hopes. And you need to never forget and remember that your future is nothing else than the reincarnation of your thoughts. You like it or not, you know it or not, there is no difference between two images. You have been made in the image of God. This means all of you watching me right now, you are God and goddesses in training on this dense physical world, learning and realizing that your future is nothing else than the reincarnation of your thoughts. So you need to stop feeding the reptilians. God did not put us on earth to end up in a third world war. What the hell? No. We are in charge of our destiny. And the Antichrist is not a person in the Middle East that's going to start World War III. The Antichrist is me, is you, is the New Agers, is all of those who want to realize that religion is nasty, that anything involving Jesus is wrong. His cosmic ministry was challenged, erased, replaced to feed the greedy corporation, the Vatican, or all of those that are in power. That's what the Antichrist is. It's not a person. It's a people like me that are changing the perception of what the Savior is all about. It's somebody like me, which is reaffirming your awareness of Jesus' cosmic ministry, speaking his will through the 12 apostles, his friends, who represent the 12 months of the year, the 12 hours of the day, the 12 signs, the 12 jury, the 12 signs of the zodiac, and the 12 house of your housing system. Astrology. That is what the Antichrist is to completely eradicate the dogmatic, archaic teaching of Christianity about Jesus and bring the true element of Jesus' Savior power. God's cosmic design is real. God speaks to earth through the sign. And when Jesus wanted to introduce humanity to our Father in the heavens, all he had in mind was the stars, astrology. And as a child of the universe, my good friend, that's where you came from. You are the essence, the very end essence of this cosmic design, that this manifesto that stuff well above your head. You're right here. You're a human being. Okay, your brain, your mind is nothing else than a computer reacting to an outside stimuli produced by the universal mind. You haven't yet realized that. There's no difference between your brain, my brain, the one of Einstein or a killer. It's the same. What's different is the wiring or the UCI, the stars. You may be very much connected with your family. You may even look like them. However, you ain't going to think, create, feel, behave, have the same fate than your mom, your dad, your brother, your sisters. You are total strangers to each other because you do not know your cosmic divinity. You do not know how God made you. And that's what Jesus was all about. You know, he never talked through the Bible. The Bible came 200 or 300 years after his death, induced and promoted by politically oriented churches who were only interested in controlling you. That's why much of this secret is buried under the 7 miles of secret library under the Vatican. Please Google Dr. Cherry Pope Francis. Sees all the pictures of all the popes being taught astrology by the Vatican Council. See the pictures of all the popes being enthroned under the sign of Leo. France, Italy, love, light, power, the throne, Leo, the king. It's common sense. And that's what I was born as. People would say, yeah, I'm an antichrist. I'm the devil. You ain't gonna go to hell, my friend. This is it. In your fears, in your reluctance to explore new avenues. And that's why I'm here, to challenge the hell out of you, to make you aware of what God and Jesus is really all about. All right. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional because I'm very concerned and I'm very dedicated to my mission to help you to raise you on a cosmic consciousness. So again, please go and read that newsletter and share it, because if you want the real predictions, or if you think that Trump's going to be reelected, well, good luck to you. You heard it here. All right. Until then, my good friend, God bless you, and we shall see you again in my office in Phoenix. Love you all. God bless you. See you again. Thank you for watching my video. Please share my work. Sign my petition. Bye-bye.